This is Helena at Large. I'm Helena Strauss, and this video is about chemotherapy for myeloma newbies. As usual, these are my views as a myeloma patient. They are not substitutes for professional medical advice. Always seek the counsel of a qualified healthcare provider regarding your condition. The first thing to know about chemotherapy and myeloma is that your first treatments are referred to as induction therapy. Induction therapy usually lasts 4 to 6 months in patients who will likely be going on to stem cell transplant, and lasts longer, up to 9 months, in those who have comorbidities or do not qualify for stem cell transplant. The next thing to know is treatment is delivered in a series of cycles. Your doctor will likely write up a plan like this. If you are like me, you will look at it and spend some time trying to figure it out. Cycles don't precisely correspond to months. A cycle in myeloma is typically 28 days, although sometimes it can be 21. Another thing to know is that you don't just receive treatment drugs listed in your plan. You also receive pre-medications prior to receiving your treatment drugs. Pre-meds help prevent and tamp down any hypersensitivity, nausea, or allergic reactions you may have to your treatment. There are commonly 4 types of pre-meds. Number 1, antihistamines. Number 2, acetaminophen, which modulates pain and inflammation. Number 3, steroids. Steroids are your straight-up anti-inflammatories. In myeloma, a steroid not only functions as a pre-medication, but as a treatment for myeloma unto itself. And I've created a whole separate essay you can look for on managing the fun of steroid use. Number 4, anti-nausea medications. Anti-nausea meds are likely to be a pre-med if you are getting intravenous infusions, and they may likely be part of your post-treatment meds as well. One more thing to know about treatment is the importance of good hydration prior to treatment, provided you don't have congestive heart failure or another contraindication in regards to fluids. If you are getting an infusion, your nurses will likely hang some saline to make sure you're properly hydrated, but it's so much easier for that IV to go in if you are hydrated in advance. The majority of myeloma patients starting out do not need ports or catheters for treatment. So if you're going to be dealing with needles regularly, you want to make your veins nice, plump, and easy to find if you can manage it. The key to know about plumping up those veins is that you need to drink fluids the day before. Your capillaries need time to absorb fluids and expand. A good treatment center will call before you start your treatment, and a nurse will talk you through what you should bring that first day, and how long treatment will take, what you should eat, and what you should have on hand at home afterwards. If this call does not come in the week before you start, ask to speak to someone for guidance. The final and most important thing to know in regards to treatment is to speak up if you are not feeling well. If you are feeling funny in any way, flushed, tingly, itchy, or have chills, if you have new symptoms, let your nurses and doctors know. You are not going to be bothering them. Think of it this way for a moment. They are there to help you be successful with your treatment, and there is someone always on call. I know it's difficult to be in such new and unexpected circumstances. It's normal to have anxieties about what you are going to have to manage and how you are going to do it. But you will develop some peace and confidence as your knowledge and experience grows. Before you know it, induction therapy will be over, and you will be an old salty dog, a veteran filled with the knowledge of medical terms that will put others into comas at cocktail parties, and likely feeling much better while you're doing it. I'm Helena Strauss, and if this video has helped you, please support my work by buying a hydration bottle on helenastrauss.com, or liking, subscribing, following, or just sharing and spreading the word.